Mr. Rath, thank you very much indeed, sir, for joining us here on WION. And let me actually start off by asking you this. This announcement that was made by Russia that it is mulling on changing its nuclear doctrine in the middle of this war. What do you think is actually happening here? Why has Moscow now announced that it wants to change its nuclear doctrine at a time when it is fighting against Ukraine?
I think it is part of a very consistent pattern that we have seen from Moscow for the last 2 years and more. When there is possibility of additional military assistance going to Ukraine, Russia always issues these sorts of threats to remind Western countries that additional assistance to Ukraine could raise the possibility of nuclear war and to deter actions of that sort. So this is one more in a long series of these kinds of threats that we have seen coming out of the Kremlin.
Now, within the United States of America, there's been a lot of back and forth about the kind of weapons that the United States now needs to send to Ukraine. And one of the weapons that is being talked about a lot are these JASSM ballistic missiles, which have a much longer range than the missiles that have been supplied to Ukraine so far. Do you think this is somehow is going to alter the Ukrainian war theater? Because the deeper Ukraine decides to strike into Russia, the more ferocious would be the Russian response.
The missiles would be useful for striking particular military targets, command centers, logistics hubs, things like that. They are not war-winning weapons by themselves in military terms, but what they would do is demonstrate for Russians that Ukraine has the capability to bring the war to Russia, that Ukraine is still fighting back, and that the war is a reality for everyday Russia, hundreds of miles from the Ukrainian border. So the effect would be more one of morale than of military.
Absolutely, indeed, Mr. Ram. Thank you very much indeed, sir, for joining us and getting us that perspective here in WION.
You're very welcome.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.